Hello everyone. Let's study about clauses. Clauses are the building blocks of the English language. Okay, in our clause we will have subject and a verb. It is the difference between phrase and clause that phrase will not have uh, its subject. Phrase will not be complete, whereas clause will be complete in itself. Okay, you can see one example here. This example contains a subject as well as a predicate. So, what are the types of clauses? We have three types of clauses: principal, subordinate, coordinate. Okay, these two terms, subordinate and coordinate, you learned in conjunctions. So, we will apply that knowledge in clauses. Okay, so let's study about the types of clauses now. First is principal clause. Principal clause. From the name itself, we can understand this is the principal or the main part. So, principal clause is also known as main clause or an independent clause. Okay, so this is that clause. Principal clause is that part of a sentence which is complete. It will not have to depend on anything else to get a complete sense. So, principal clause will have its own meaning. It can stand by its own. It will not have to depend on anyone. And that's why it is known as independent or main clause. Just you go through the examples once. Next is subordinate clause. Subordinate clause is also known as dependent clause. Here also from the name we can understand that it will have to depend on the main clause to get its meaning. So, subordinate clause will start with subordinate conjunctions. Okay, subordinating and coordinating conjunctions we have learned. Subordinate clause starts with subordinate conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions like that, because, though. These are subordinating conjunctions. Okay. The third one is okay, now subordinating clause or subordinate clauses types are noun clause, adjective clause, adverb clause. There are others, but these three we will learn: noun clause, adjective clause, adverb clause. Next, the third type is coordinate clause. Coordinate clause, when we learned about conjunctions, we learned about coordinating conjunctions. Okay, there was a term known as fanboys. Okay, like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, all these are coordinating conjunctions. So, coordinating conjunctions or coordinating clause, coordinate clause will start with coordinating conjunction. Okay, this clause forms part of a sentence, but in rank it is equal to the principal clause. However, alone it cannot form a sentence. It is connected to a principal clause by a coordinating conjunction. Though, like the principal clause, in itself it forms a complete sense. Just look at the example. Now we will have a brief idea about the types of subclause. The first one is noun clause. Noun clause will act as the noun in our sentence. Noun clause tells us what a person thinks, what a person says, what a person asks. That is noun clause. If we will ask a question with what, we will get the answer of noun clause. Okay, that is noun clause. Noun clause may act as a subject, as an object, as a complement in a sentence. Easily we can understand that if we get the answer of what, that is noun clause. Next is adjective clause. We know what is adjective. Adjectives are those words which can modify or which can describe noun or pronoun. So, adjective clause will work as an adjective in a sentence. The easy way to understand the adjective clause is that it will have an antecedent. Now, what is antecedent? Antecedent is that word which comes just before the conjunction. We know subclause starts with subordinating conjunction. So, before the subordinating conjunction, if we have the noun or pronoun, we can understand that is adjective clause. Okay, generally adjective clause starts with which, where, what, that, etc. We will have to see that antecedent is there or not. I repeat, antecedent is a word which comes just before the subordinating conjunction. Okay, the noun or the pronoun which comes just before the subordinating conjunction is known as antecedent. And if there is antecedent, we can understand that it is an adjective clause. Okay, because adjectives will always modify the noun or pronoun. Adjective clause is also known as relative clause. It will have a relative pronoun. Okay, the conjunction will be relative pronoun in the clause. It will be a relative pronoun. The next is adverb clause. Adverbial clause is a group of words that plays the role of an adverb. Okay, we have learned about adverb of time, place, manner, reason, condition, extent, comparison, effect, contrast, purpose. These things, when it is used in a sentence, we will understand it is adverb clause. Okay, the presence of adverb will make it an adverb clause. So, I hope you got an idea about the clause and its type. Please wait for more information in the next video. Keep following for more videos. Thank you all of you and be safe. Thank you.